What's up, guys? Our wrestling podcast back at you with another episode. This is Dave Vicious along with Justin Total Package and Craig the British Bulldog, bringing you our perspective on the world of professional wrestling. No inside sources, no ties to the industry, just stories from the diehards, sharing opinions with you. Today's topic, Mount Rushmore Enhancement Talent. For audio fans, give us a listen on Apple, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Or for video, check us out on YouTube at Our Wrestling Channel, and look to your left for several other options if you're
I can't find out where to click. Idiots.
Or you can give us a follow on Instagram at O.W.P 2019. It's always out there for you.
Right.
We love our Mount Rushmore episodes, and this is...
It's easy for me because when I get lazy or I get busy in the week, I'm like, well, I'm just going to do another Mount Rushmore. It's super easy. And everybody loves doing it, so I'm a crowd pleaser.
I think Jess and I might have the exact same
so
on Mount Rushmore.
We're doing Enhancement Talents, or affectionately known when we were younger as prelims. And I'm afraid that
mention
my
people
four is
listening right
generic
now.
because Craig and I are going to pull all the motherfuckers from the 80s, and I mean rightfully so. I think that we're all going to have a lot of repeats here. There might be one person, maybe two. I think there's going to be two that's on every mountain.
I thought of that too, Jess. I thought Jess and Dave might have some post 2000 Enhancement Talents on their list.
I don't, because Enhancement Talent went away after a while.
I don't either.
So
I don't count a lot of people that, like Mick Foley was an Enhancement Talent. Ended up being world champion twice, right?
So yes, but I mean, I'm talking about career motherfuckers. I want career Enhancement Talents. I'm talking about people that define the Mount Rushmore as... Yes.
And this episode is for folks, if you're listening, congrats, you're 2 minutes in, 3 minutes in. We love you. Please stay. All you Gen X kids, all you kids that watched wrestling in the 80s and 90s that saw Saturday mornings and respected it, and that's the only thing that you had, that watched these boys get beat up every single week, got destroyed. We are celebrating and talking about...
I miss prelims.
What is our Mount Rushmore of these guys that enhance
too.
The fucking A+.
I think with 3-hour programs today, like, I don't know how prelims still aren't a factor. I just don't. You want to piss away a 10-minute segment, you highlight a talent and have them destroy a prelim. Like, I don't understand like how it doesn't work with today's format. It doesn't for some reason, but in my mind, I'm like, I don't know how it doesn't. I don't know how, instead of not having a talent on television for a week because you don't have anything for them, I'm like, have them squash a fucking prelim. And then you kill a 10-minute segment. You got entrances. Well, first of all, you have Already in the Ring, which Already in the Ring just makes my heart sing.
It's done.
Like, it's just so the best. Already in the Ring, like, it's just the best fucking announcement ever. And then you have the star come out, and then they take their 3 or 4 minute entrance coming down or whatever. This whole time, instead of having Cross not on television, he could have been squashing fucking prelims. Like, that's what you could have done on Raw or SmackDown. He could have been doing it the whole time to keep his character relevant or to capitalize on the momentum he was getting on the internet, online and all that stuff, social media. So there's no excuse to not have prelims on a goddamn 3-hour Raw. There's no excuse.
I don't know what data they're using in analytics, but it's like, that's absolutely true. Like, there's no reason why you could not squash people for a
Viking Raiders or Warriors or whatever the fuck they're called, squashing prelims. Yes, please. Like, I'm okay. Like why would I not want that?
When did it change? Like, why did they say like?
I think when they started with Raw and Nitro, I think they did because they want you to flip and tune over, especially when they were going head to head. So I think that's also where it started to fade out real quick.
Raw changed prelim.
And when you go away from syndicated television, the whole point of Superstars or Wrestling Challenge.
Well, you roll onto prime time, and prime time you need to have.
When you're on cable, you want people to tune in. For the syndicated shit, they were just like, that sells our house shows. Superstars of Wrestling Challenge. When Raw went live and then Nitro 2 years later, it became like, okay, this is a destination. Yeah, this isn't a selling. This isn't an info commercial for our house shows and our pay-per-views. This is destination. We want you to tune in. So are you going to tune in to watch a prelim versus so-and-so? Or are you going to tune in to watch Eddie Guerrero take on Rey Mysterio for the Cruiserweight title? Like, it's like, so that's why they started like doing that. So I know why it changed. Nowadays, there's no competition like that anymore, the head-to-head. So fucking bring prelims back to make a 3-hour Raw easier to go down. Let me swallow it. Smooth.
I get it, dude. I fucking get it.
That's all I'm saying. So I'll start. Let me start out.
All right.
Here we go.
I could be a massive dick and take the guy off Craig's T-shirt, and I will not do it. I'm going to.
Why?
I'm going to go.
I'm predicting we have the same 4.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm going to go the other way to not take the guy off your shirt and let you present that. I'm going to go Steve Lombardi, Brooklyn Brawler. I don't know.
There it is.
He's one of the ones that I think is going to be on all of ours. Steve Lombardi, and not just because of what he came in the back. He worked in the back for fucking years, like afterwards.
Yeah.
But Steve Lombardi, before the Brooklyn Brawler character in 1989, beginning of 89 or late 88, I can't remember when he became the Brooklyn Brawler, and Heenan managed him for a second. He beat prelims for a minute, and then he didn't after that. But there are so many. I love house shows. Let me just say that. I will go on the network. Well, it's not the network anymore, but I'll go on Peacock, and do all that, and just go and on the Vault channel has fucking house shows. I will love it. Starting off the house show, every house show was fucking Steve Lombardi against, like, in 89 was Steve Lombardi against Owen Hart, who was the Blue Blazer at the time. And I could watch those matches forever. Or it was Steve Lombardi against whoever guy they were trying to put the shine on or whatever, and they were trying to test him. These enhancement talents had it wasn't just the syndicated shows. On the house shows, I'm going deep, motherfuckers. Like, I'm not just doing the house, like the Saturday morning wrestling and the Sunday morning wrestling. I'm talking about the house shows. You had these motherfucking prelims that would go on the house shows, and they would put work in. If Vince is like, I'm gonna try to get this Blue Blazer guy over, Steve Lombardi's like, I'm your fucking man. And so around the world,
and you should go 8 minutes, and you should go 10 minutes.
Yeah, they would just go and they would open the show, and they would jerk the curtain in the house show to get you clapping, get you off your ass, Tito, and all that. So my first offering is Steve Lombardi, the Brooklyn Brawler. Before the Brooklyn Brawler, he was Steve Lombardi. Go ahead. Who wants to go next?
Right.
Craig, you want to go?
Shit, we're going to run around.
We should do all 4 and then all 4. Yeah, finish your...
I'm so dumb. You're right. We've always done that. What am I thinking? You're totally right.
What was I thinking?
Yeah, I'm ridiculous. So the next one I'm going to do is SD Special Delivery Jones. Who was he was also famous for being squashed at WrestleMania 1 by King Kong Bundy, and he lost in seconds. And but they would do why I loved also primetime wrestling so much. I just realized I instantly love this topic. Why I watch primetime wrestling so much is on primetime, not Superstars or whatever.
Going here.
On primetime, they would have prelim versus fucking prelim. Like they would have,
they would
have
10-minute matches.
They would have SD Jones take on Steve Lombardi, and it would be like a 10-minute match, and I'd be like, what? Yeah. Like you would see prelims work, and you would learn their finishers. I don't know any of their finishers, but you would learn. I was like, okay, apparently SD Jones does a fucking pile driver. Who knew? Because the enhancement talents never fucking did it.
And they would even wrestle like 50 matches with like B level or mid-tier guys.
Mid-carders,
So it was like more than just like wrestling each other.
Dude, primetime wrestling was like the hub and the home for prelim wrestlers, like for me. Like, yes, I know Superstars and Challenge were built on that, but you go watch some primetime, you're going to see a 50-50 match with SD Jones against like one half of one of the Rougeos or whatever. It's just some fucking weird shit they would do, and I'd be like, that's fucking weird, but I love all of this. Like, or Lanny, I don't want to say a name in case you guys have it on your thing, but yeah, there's that. So that's my second choice. My third choice is he got some fame in 95, and we reviewed this pay-per-view recently, and that's Barry Horowitz. He was a main staple. He was a prelim a lot. I call them professional prelims. They're the ones that, like, Steve Lombardi, SD Jones, Barry Horowitz would go on tour with them. It wouldn't just be like the Farmer Tan people that would be from a local high school or local training camp or whatever. It would be like I called them professional prelims. Steve Lombardi, SD Jones, Barry Horowitz, they were professional prelims. So they toured with the company. They had fucking secure full-time jobs for a long time, like with WWF or WCW NWA at the time. So Barry Horowitz,
they would wrestle 3-4 times when they would tape on a Friday or Saturday, like whatever Civic Center. Like these guys would tape a month's worth of programming and get the fuck out of them, all of them. Barry
Horowitz, but the best workers because they had to learn how to take everybody's finishing move, so their bumps were fucking on point, and all of their selling was on point.
That's why they were on roster. They weren't just making $100 in a day. They were on roster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think when it comes to Steve Lombardi, like people were saying, like in shoot interviews have said, like Steve Lombardi was like the original barometer. If you can go out there and do a match with Steve Lombardi, then you're okay.
Yeah, then you're going to make the tour.
Right.
And then like the next level is almost like Kane, right? Like I think throughout history, Kane, if you wanted to make that next step up, if you can have a good match with Kane, be good. But Steve Lombardi, Brooklyn Brawler, was the guy.
Yep.
I think that's why he was rewarded for like a 30, 40-year career. Like,
in the back.
He was more than just like the enhancement.
Yeah.
He was your bellwether whether you could actually make it on the initial level in WWF.
Yeah. And then my fourth, I'm going to move on. I know this is on probably all of our mountains. Definitely it's on yours, Craig.
If you do this, Jess, you're 4 for 4. You're 4 for 4.
Iron Mike Sharp, like, is he's just the fucking prelim enhancement of all. And I don't want to say prelim disrespectful. We just grew up with that term. Enhancement talent.
It is great.
Iron Mike Sharp, dude. And then when you learned about him, Hulk wrote in his first book that he was a clean freak. So he would shower in the back and he would bring bars with an S of soap and he would just fucking lather up and he did it all the time.
Before OCD was actually probably recognized.
Yes,
like
he had OCD. Hulk's
freak.
like he had an issue. Like he would wash his hands a billion times. He would shower before a match, after a match, and then he would go through bars of soaps. He would lay them out and grab each one in certain order and lather up and wash off. And that's what he did or whatever. So that's
and what's funny
fourth.
about that? He was always the most oiliest, greasiest of everyone in the ring.
And he wore this stinky leather fucking forearm pad or whatever. And he was the most, I'll let you talk about he was so fucking vocal. One of my favorites. So that's my fourth.
No, my segment's short because I predicted it in the beginning and we did not talk about it. You hit all 4 of mine. My 4 is your 4.
Okay.
So it's only Dave now.
I'll put, wow, okay. Well, And, well, if you want to talk.
I said it in the beginning and we did not talk about it.
It's fucking crazy. I didn't think I was going to get all 4. I didn't think you'd put SD, but I knew you were going to put Iron Mike. I knew you were going to put Steve Lombardi. And I thought there was an outside chance you would put Barry. But like that's fucking awesome. I love
anything to add.
It was funny because my catch-all was S.C. Jones. And I was going, do I do someone later on? Do I kind of do like a Heath Slater? Do I kind of do like someone else? But in my mind, in research, it was SD. He was my like catch-all, but the rest.
And I didn't think about that, Craig. You're right. There was like people like Heath Slater that were jobbers, like, and I didn't even think about that. I almost
put Virgil on, but does Virgil count because he did get a push?
But like, Virgil would beat Enhancement Talent on Saturday morning, though. That's the thing. Like,
he would.
Yeah, great point.
Like there was a lot of people. There was a lot of people in the mid card or lower mid card that I wouldn't consider jobbers. Like Coco went there for a while, even though he didn't deserve to be there. But Coco was there for a while. Virgil was there for a while. There was a few other people there. Even the Blue Blazer was there for a while because he would beat Enhancement, but he would lose to DiBiase or Perfect or whatever, So there was, So Dave, sorry.
And we didn't have and I thought about WCW guys. Here's what I'll say for my segment, even though I just matched.
There's a lot of, so I do have a list of 3 that.
I'm talking now. No, you're done. Like Mulkeys. Oh, Jess is gone.
Mulkeys. Fuck. Why did I do Mulkeys? I'm not crazy. If Joe was here, Joe would have fucking regulated both of us. Yeah, Joe would have regulated both of us and been like, "What are you guys doing?" Like the fucking Mulkeys.
I did not mention the Mulkey brothers.
I definitely deserve to be there. But Brad Armstrong will.
Yeah.
Hang
on. Let Dave go in case we're. I'm not saying.
No. You're good.
In case we're taking Dave's.
You're right.
No, not at all. You're fine. I was going to say, Craig, Barry Horowitz, what was his signature move? Do you remember?
Pat himself on the back.
Pat himself on the back.
Yep. Yes. That's it, dude.
Is that your first pick, Dave? Are you doing Barry?
I mean, no. We can. I'll tell you what. I'll give you Barry, and I'll give you Brawler. Those are easy for me.
Wait, Barry and who? What was the second one?
Barry and Steve Lombardi.
Nice. Yeah.
I mean, Brooklyn. He worked with everyone from Hogan to The Rock. I mean, he was there for decades. He was their go-to guy all the time, like we talked about. By the way, Barry did get a moment. He pinned Skip in '95, right?
He did.
And
then he got like kind of an Israeli kind of a gimmick or a Jewish gimmick. Yeah. Like he did. Like that was his
turned
reward.
Losing into an art form. So you got Barry Horowitz and you got Brooklyn Brawler. But then I'm going to shift on you a little bit. I'm going to go Because the one person, I don't know why I always think of this guy when I think of Enhancement Talent, because I think he did get pushes, but he never got out of it. I don't think he had the versatility of the mic work and everything else to do it. But Jim Powers is the unsung.
God damn it! He's on my fucking short list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because after the Young Stallions, which the Young Stallions beat people. When they separated them, Jim Powers was kind of a prelim. I did not bring this up on our fucking Unscripted about Hogan. My first house show that I saw with Hulk Hogan as the main event also had fucking Jim Powers against the Repo Man. And it was
he's putting over the Repo Man.
I was in heaven.
And by the way, do you know when Ric Flair came into WWE, who his first match was?
Jim Powers.
Jim Powers. Wow, fuck! I did not know that. That's great.
Okay, so Dave,
his first televised opponent.
So Jess and I matched our 4, but
and Dave is instantly better somehow, fucker.
Yes.
That happens.
Every single moment we would talk about a prelim or the first connecting a joke.
I had him on my short list.
It was always Jim Powers.
I was Ted Powers.
Jess was a Ted Powers as an Enhancement Talent.
I don't know what my problem is. I don't know how I failed this task. I gave you the topic and I failed this task.
That's crazy.
And by the way, if you didn't see Jim Powers had all the look of a major professional.
How did we forget Jim Powers? I'm
massive. And he could work. He was a great worker. And I actually did see, I can't remember who he beat, but there was a time when Jim Powers did get another Enhancement Talent on Saturday mornings, and he won, and I freaked out when he won. I was like, dude, Jim Powers won a match. That's awesome.
If you watch Primetime, that shit would happen. It's like fucking lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I would be like, Iron Mike Sharp just pinned some motherfucker. I would be like, whoa, what happened? It's the best. It's the best.
It's like Glass Joe winning a match on Punch-Out, bro.
I don't care
Jim Powers just beat B. Brian Brunzell.
They would do B. Brian Blair or Jim Brunzell, and I consider them singles as kind of prelim-ish. Even though I know B. Brian Blair and Jim Brunzell, they did a lot of shit in AWA and all that stuff, so you kind of can't. But Dave, so your last one, you blew our minds with Jim Powers.
This one is just really funny because
there's 2 more.
It's just one more.
What?
We're gonna go. We gotta go with Dwayne Gill, man. Dwayne Gill. We gotta do some Gilbert.
Yeah, he was on my list too.
Yeah, he transitioned from a jobber to a
before he was Gilbert. To be clear, before he was Gilbert, he was actually an Enhancement Talent. So
he was actually Enhancement Talent.
Professional prelim. Wingo.
And it's kind of hard because he did win the light heavyweight championship, in Vince's era. But it's more of kind of a joke, and he would come out playing Goldberg in the parody set, just because he had the same bald head and he can kind of look like Goldberg. But Dwayne Gill was a staple for a long time as a jobber, and he gained massive notoriety in the Goldberg era, because you can't say Goldberg without Gilbert. It kind of goes hand in hand. So that's
he would hate
those
you
are my
for that,
4.
That's your 4. So Barry Horowitz, Steve Lombardi, Jim Powers, and Dwayne Gill.
Dwayne Gill
is Dave. So Dave just rocked the foundation. So I'll go into it too. If you guys have people on your short list, I'd love to hear them. I'm going to say I had on my short list, I had George South. He was primarily he did some stuff in WWF, but he did a lot in Crockett. The Italian Stallion, who did a lot of shit in Crockett.
Italian Stallion.
And then I had the Conquistadors, because they were a tag team prelim, but they would beat prelims sometimes on primetime, but then they always lost to everybody else, on the thing. Right. There was a tag
individually,
team.
it was always it wasn't Conquistador number 1, it was just Conquistador.
Yeah.
And Conquistador.
And then when they get in there, Monsoon and Hina would always be like, is that 1 or 2? I don't know. Is that 1 or 2? Who's on first? And they would do the whole thing. And then, so Craig, you mentioned the Mulkeys before or whatever. Do you have anybody else on your short list?
I just the other person on my short list was Sandy Beach.
Fuck
and
yeah.
I don't know, I just remember that
But there was a
name,
lot
Sandy
of these
Beach.
guys too. So Sandy Beach was actually used a lot in the UWF, and then also, Barry Horowitz was fucking a contender for the Cruiserweight Championship in GWF. I remember when I watched GWF, but Barry Horowitz is fucking stout. Like he was 50-50 with people, and he was like a guy like in that promotion. So there was a lot of like
had the body. Like there's no reason why he was a scrub every week, but he just was. He had a body, and could wear like the skinny tights.
And he knew what he was doing. Like in there, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
great.
You said Italian Stallion, right, Jess?
Yeah, I said Italian Stallion.
Okay.
Jim Powers was that's the mind blower. I was like,
or they
how
would
did
also
Jess and I not pick Jim Powers?
Like when a tag team would split apart, like we talked about the Killer Bees, they would just put them, like, it'd be B. Brian Blair against Bad News Brown. We all knew that Bad News Brown was going to beat him. It's just, right. Or it'd be B. Brian Blair against somebody or whatever.
Jim Powers.
It's crazy. Yeah, when they got tired of teams, Vince would just be like, just split them up and fucking job them out.
Right. There's a few more. Johnny Rods is another one, I think.
Johnny Rods I think he was both. He was Crockett too, I thought.
He was WWF and WWF.
Oh, god damn it. I forgot about Brady Boone. I loved Brady Boone.
Love you, Brady Boone.
Yeah, Brady
Boone. What about the Goon? What about the Goon?
Yeah, but that was really weird.
They pushed him.
95 they were like, it was like Teal Hopper, the Goon, like a bunch of other people like in there or whatever. They were just, I don't know if I consider them prelim. Maybe I do.
I think Bob, did you say Bob Cook?
I did not.
Yeah.
Bob Cook was like a major one in WCW.
No, he was but he was a guy that came back in TNA later, wasn't he? Wasn't that Bob Cook?
I think so.
I could be wrong. He was like bald, old, wore a singlet.
But he was just a bump machine for WCW forever. So,
there was a lot of people. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna do a Mount Rushmore too. I didn't put a lot of thought into it because I knew right away my core four were gonna be those four because I was like I grew up with them. But there's a lot of WCW.
But we forgot Jim Powers. Why? How did both of us?
Dave did not. Dave saved the episode. He did not.
It was my I don't know why, but it pops in immediately every time we talk about Enhancement. I think of Jim Powers.
Yeah. It was very strange.
Yeah. But fuck, this was fun as shit. I love it. I love prelims. I love them. Or Enhancement Talents. God damn it.
I miss Enhancement. I like calling them prelims. That's what we called them. I don't know why.
I loved it. I do. I miss it. Like it was. I guess it changed, right? Like it's like when Nitro went to 3 hours, they would have like I can't even remember names right now. Like Jerry Lynn against so and so. Jerry Lynn's another one. Like where and then they tried to push Jerry Lynn obviously in '99 because the business got so bad they were trying to do anything. But like Jerry Lynn, Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker, in WCW. There's so many like things I just didn't think about. I got married to my four and I ruined the episode and I'm sorry. And so did Craig. And I'm sorry.
Those four are hard to really overcome because they were on. You would see them every single week.
Yeah, they were like I would call them that they were professionals. They were professional enhancement talent, and that's super important. By the way, people don't understand how important that dynamic was, like to the main roster. Like Vince would put them out on tour and be like, like Craig said, like Barry Horowitz would be like the barometer of like, hey, go out and work with Barry or Steve Lombardi or whatever.
Yeah,
and like
imagine like Razor Ramon throwing down Horowitz for 8 minutes and just throwing him over his back, putting him in followays, and eventually.
But in the house shows where you would go 8 minutes or 10 minutes, on Superstars you would do 2, and they probably edit it down real fast or whatever. But on the house shows, these guys would have to go like 10, 15 minutes with stars to get them ready. Like,
but it was just watching these mid to high card people just walk up on them slow and destroy them.
I feel like Jess and I Jess and I picked the guys that deserve the flowers the most, almost.
Yeah.
It
is Mount Rushmore.
Like, we want you to remember them. Like, even if you didn't, like, these are the guys. Like, Jim Powers, horrible mission. I know what I'm talking about. But he at least got a little flavor with Roma.
With Young Stallions, with Young Stallions.
And Young Stallions and that kind of thing. But, like, it was not long.
Yeah.
He went
it's so funny.
Enhancement Talent, Young Stallions, and right back to Enhancement Talent.
Yeah, those guys were fucking jacked as shit. Like, how do you not?
Yeah, dude, they're fucking huge, man.
And
they had the look, they had it all.
They still traveled 300 days a year. They still didn't see their families. Then they did it to get their teeth kicked in, right?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Just get wrecked, man. Take those bumps.
For the business.
Yeah. Well, great show. Great episode. I love it.
There you go. For audio fans, give us a listen on Apple, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, or watch our videos on YouTube at our Wrestling channel, and give us a follow on Instagram at O.W.P 2019. For Jess, Craig, and myself, this is the O.W.P signing off. Have a good one.